tonight are on the broad road that leads to destruction. And tonight, I would say with Moses, I would say with Joshua, turn, repent, choose God, serve Him, live for Him. That is the message of God tonight to this great audience of people at Yankee Stadium.
I see revival coming to planet Earth, maybe as never before. It will be untold numbers, an untold, uncounted multitudes that will be saved. The dead will be raised. The arthritic will be healed. Cancer will be healed. No disease would be able to stand before God's people, and that it would be a worldwide situation.
There's a church that doesn't just know about God, they know God. They don't just believe in His power, they carry His power. God will shake the United States of America one last time, not by might, not by power, but by my Spirit.
Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as Adalis and I are here to announce our next big move, biggest move we've ever made for Revival Today. Behind me is a building that will look nothing like it looks right now when we finish. We're on just under 5 acres of property that we've just finished purchasing, which is going to give us the ability to have a state-of-the-art studio. And in that studio, something I've wanted to have for a long time, which is a live studio audience. It's going to be a 500-seat building when we finish with it that'll give us the ability to touch the world with our broadcasts. This facility is going to give me the ability to do what I've really missed, which is having you in the audience to minister to personally. Obviously, you can't beat the reach of digital media. We touch the whole world every day. But we have the ability now with this to lay hands on people, pray for people that are sick, a place where you can bring people that are drug addicted, demonized, and really give them the ministry that you can't get on YouTube and Facebook. I can't wait. And then beyond that, we're going to announce the launch of Revival Today Church. We're going to hold Holy Ghost church services every Sunday morning. I'll be there most Sunday mornings. This isn't going to be like some little side project. We're going to give you and your family a place you can go that's a soul-winning church that values the presence of God, where you can get prayed for and ministered to, where there's not a critical race theory lecture or a mask and social distancing, 10 minutes of no talking to anybody in the lobby. None of that. We're going to have a place where you're free and where you're free to experience the presence of God.
I'm incredibly excited because I know a lot of you have been asking about different meetings and events that we couldn't have during COVID, and trust me, we tried so hard. So this really frees us up to do everything that we want to do with healing meetings and women's conferences. So I am so looking forward to seeing you and having you be a part of this.
So I want to give you a twofold call to action. Number one, if your church turned in to a liberal nightmare in 2020 and you need a place to go, I would be happy to have you at our church. Number two, if you are a partner or a friend of our ministry, Revival Today, this is the biggest move by far we've ever made. By the time we finish remodeling that building, the acquiring of the property, you're looking at a couple of M's. So if you would stand with us now, I'll say thank you ahead of time. Pray and ask the Holy Ghost what He would have you to do. You've been so generous, and I thank you ahead of time for your extreme generosity. I know I speak on behalf of my wife, everybody here at Revival Today when I say we love you very much. And now I can say I look forward to seeing you face to face here at the new home of Revival Today.
Hey.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. All the way up. All the way up.
Good morning, everybody.
You be.
Skip and Shonda, Bob from St. Louis, and Lori. Happy Wednesday to you, too. Today is Wednesday, the 16th of June, 2021, and we are coming to you live from the Revival Today studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Monica, Lyric, Wilson, thanks for tuning in, and make sure to share this broadcast with everyone, literally everybody. Let's see what's going on today. Well, TigerKing, 5G, and the Fed. What do those things have
I have
in
no
common?
idea. I am so intrigued. By
It
that
might
title.
just be a clickbait title.
Could be.
So we'll
Knowing
see.
you.
We'll see.
Did you ever watch TigerKing?
I watched 2 episodes and I was like, you know what?
This is too much.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
Once there was like a part of a music video or something he did, I was like, you know, I can't with this.
That's right, because he had like a musical career. Yeah.
He has like CDs.
Is that on
Stuff.
Netflix?
Yes.
That's why I couldn't watch it.
But it was like at the beginning of last year when everything shut down in March, that was like the show. I don't think that if there wasn't COVID or anything like that, that show would have never gained significance.
No, 100%.
I don't think.
Well, your wife just says TigerKing was one of the best parts of my 2020. I feel like she is not alone. There's so much talk about this TigerKing dude.
Yeah.
Or it's a guy, right? Or is it like
Yeah,
a
he's in
family?
jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have a picture?
Do we have a picture?
Tiger King.
Nicholas Rosas watching from Coachella.
From where?
Coachella, California.
Coachella.
No, you have to say it. Coachella.
Oh, Chella,
No, Coachella.
California. Coachella.
Coachella.
I didn't know
There
there was
he
a
is.
city called. Yes,
Yeah,
there
I
he
didn't
is.
know either, I guess. Wow. Hottie with a body. Go back. Why did you guys put the blank screen on? You guys feel threatened by TigerKing back there? Huh? Rebooting.
Oh, reboot. Computer crash.
The computer couldn't even handle all
It couldn't.
the smoke and hotness. Wow.
Have you seen his husband?
Oh my God.
There we go.
Wait a minute. He has a husband?
Yes, he's had 3 or something like that.
Husbands.
Yes.
Scooby!
So let's pull up the first article. I don't want to leave everybody in suspense.
Okay. Yeah, please.
Okay, we can go with this one. Rents for single-family homes just saw the largest gains in nearly 15 years. Let's see the article.
Jeez.
Oh, there we go. It almost malfunctioned today. And it looked like it did malfunction.
That's it. I mean, I think less is more, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, it's jammed. All right. What's the stock market
We're going to have to
doing
get
here?
a backup one, I think.
Yeah, one of those?
Yeah.
No.
And the markets are open. Dow Jones is up, NASDAQ is up, S&P is up, Russell's down a little bit. Not too bad. Let's see how it goes. Yesterday, it did go down during the day. We'll have to see what the Fed does today.
Today's
they
they're doing the announce?
I believe today. Today they're going to announce something. So we'll see what they have to had to make up for the
Yeah.
yeah.
They were going to make sure that thing worked come hell or high water. All right. So, are you sure it's going to be today? This is a little bit, all right. I'm pulling out of the stock market then.
Sell everything.
Selling. Sell.
Yes, it is today. The Federal Reserve update is going to be today.
Noon? Nooner or sooner?
I believe 2:30.
All right, 2:30. There you have it. I'm excited.
We'll see what they have to say. I think nothing's going to change. They might just increase interest rates a little bit sooner. But I think that because they already went with this whole narrative that inflation's not a big deal, that they're going to have to stick to it. Because now if they change their mind, there's trust that'll be lost. Not that anybody trusts the Fed anymore,
at this point.
yeah.
Yep.
So they have to stick with it.
Interesting. All right.
All right. Let's see the article for the rents.
Listen, I feel like people keep thinking that this is real money. It's fake money, even though it looks real. It looks very real.
All those YouTubers that you follow that always
Making
have
it
the
rain?
stacks of cash that they're holding up and stuff, this is what they use. You can get it on Amazon for like a couple bucks.
Fake. All right, let's go. All right, so housing market is up. Go.
Even as the coronavirus pandemic ebbs and Americans get back to work and play, they still want more space at home. But with home prices hitting record highs, demand for single-family rental homes is soaring, and so are the rents. Single-family rents were up 5.3% year over year in April, rising from a 2.4% increase in April 2020, according to CoreLogic. That is the largest gain in nearly 15 years.
It's true.
Rents for single-family detached homes, not townhomes, were up an even stronger 7.9%, compared with a year ago as millennials in particular seek more outdoor space. Nearly half of all millennials surveyed by CoreLogic and 64% of baby boomers said they strongly prefer to live in a single standalone home. They should just stay in New York City and, just stay there. Leave the suburbs alone.
Seriously.
Single-family rent growth showed a strong rebound in April, with all price tiers back above their pre-pandemic rent growth rate. While rent growth slowed in April at the start of the pandemic, the rate of rent growth this April was running above pre-pandemic levels, and so on and so forth. All right, next. China is kicking out more than half the world's Bitcoin miners, and a whole lot of them could be headed to Texas, the Freedom State.
Wow.
So time to buy some land in the desert and just sell it to the Bitcoin miners. That's where they mine, right? In the desert.
Physically, so okay, wait a minute.
Pickaxes.
So we're talking about Bitcoin, which is illegal in China,
Yes,
is mined
in China.
in China.
Yes.
Over half of the Bitcoin miners come from China. Is
Yes.
that what that says?
Yeah, the companies.
Chinese companies are mining.
Yeah, they're mining. They're using like the Chinese energy grid to mine Bitcoin.
I see.
But now they're moving to Texas,
And using our tech,
Yes.
okay.
using
All
the
right.
Texas windmills that froze up not too long ago to mine their green Bitcoin. All right, let's see it. All right, even Ike. You know what? I'm going to try. There we go. China.
Yeah, I was going to start off with that. Looked like testicles make repairs. That's literally what I saw. I'm like, right, wrong. All right.
China has long been home to more than half the world's Bitcoin miners, but now Beijing wants them out ASAP. In May, the government called for a severe crackdown on Bitcoin mining and trading, setting off what's being dubbed in crypto circles as the Great Mining Migration. This exodus is underway now, and it could be a game changer for Texas.
So this is what mining looks like.
Yeah, just on computers. They have these like GPUs, mining machines that they use, and they all hook them up, and that's how they mine. Basically, a large computer.
It's wild.
Mining is the energy-intensive process. Okay, we know that. Despite a lack of reserves that caused days-long blackouts last winter, Texas often has some of the world's lowest energy prices, and its share of renewables is growing over time, with 20% of its power coming from wind as of 2019. Who knew Texas was leading the way?
I know.
It has a deregulated power grid that lets customers choose between power providers, and crucially, its political leaders are very pro-crypto. Dream conditions for a miner looking for a kind of welcome and cheap energy sources. You're going to see a dramatic shift over the next few months, said Brandon Arvanagi, previously a security engineer at crypto exchange Gemini, the Winklevoss twins. We have governors like Greg Abbott in Texas who are promoting mining. It's going it's going to become a real industry in the United States, which is going to be incredible. It's going to be huge. Next. 2021 data for global distribution shown that 65 to 75% of the world's Bitcoin mining happened in China, mostly in 4 Chinese provinces. That one, Inner Mongolia, Sichuan, and Yunnan. Sichuan and Yunnan hydropower make them renewable energy meccas. So yeah, it's interesting. They're all moving to Texas, and they're going to use Texas's power grid. And yeah, we'll have Bitcoin mining in the United States, where it's going to be, I think, a little harder to shut down than it is in China.
Sure.
Because there they can just, beat people. They haven't gone that far here yet.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Woo!
All right, next article.
Or is it frozen?
Could be. Is it frozen?
Yippee!
This was from this morning. China to release national metal reserves and push to rein in commodities rally. So all the commodities have been going up in price, and China had a national reserve, and so they're going to be releasing that in batches to keep the prices low.
Nice. Did you ever trade commodities?
I have, yes.
How do you like it? It's a little boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather trade, securities that are based on those. So like assets based on it instead of the actual ones.
Did Abel ever?
I don't think he's
commodities?
gotten
I
into
think he was-
commodities.
yeah.
It's like futures. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's see the article. Can we? Is it working? There we go.
Uh-huh.
Copper sheets. That's what they look like.
Ew. All right.
China plans to release national reserves of major industrial metals as authorities step up efforts to rein in a soaring commodities rally amid a resumption of global economic activity. Who would have thought if you shut everything down that there's going to be a resumption of global economic activities? Like all these people thought it was going to be shut down till 2025 or whatever.
Yeah, no joke. People are just fed up.
They are.
And that just tells you the determination of the human spirit.
Yeah.
It's like they're not going to allow just a
There's
really
a yearning
crappy
for
year.
freedom. And
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
when you get a little bit, everybody's going to be like, I'm going to do what I want to do.
Yeah, for sure.
They
There's
tell
a
me I
big
can't fly or
push.
go on vacation. I'm booking 3 this year.
I know, it's true. That's awesome.
Continue. The state stockpiling body, China's National Food and Strategic Reserves Administration, said Wednesday that it plans to release copper, aluminum, zinc, and other national reserves in batches in the near future in order to ensure the supply and price stability of bulk commodities. The reserves will be released to non-ferrous metal processing and manufacturing companies via a public bidding process. Is that their word for bribe? The government agency said Beijing's move came after Chinese officials in recent weeks repeatedly said industrial metals' red-hot rally this year has gone too far. The State Council, China's cabinet, last month said it would take steps to ensure adequate supply and stable prices for commodities, and regulators had previously warned industry representatives to take a zero-tolerance approach to market manipulation or hoarding of metals. But this is not market manipulation when you just release from your strategic reserves? Okay.
I know. There's
Continue.
always some kind of roundabout way.
There is.
This is so full of crap.
Continue. Earlier fears that Chinese authorities would take such a move had pushed copper prices to an 8-week low on Tuesday, and investors worry Beijing may soon launch a broader push to temper rising prices. The biggest headwind is China talking about putting the brakes on inflation and stamping out the hoarding of metals and speculation, said William Adams, head of base and battery metals research at Fast Markets, a price reporting firm. That obviously will be a meaningful factor in stamping out some of the more hot money that has flowed into the copper market.
Hot money.
All right, cool. Next. There we go. TigerKing star Joe Exotic, that's his name, Joe Exotic, selling NFTs from prison. You gotta have a side hustle. They don't pay you enough there. Starting Friday, the former Oklahoma zoo owner will be auctioning off several NFTs.
Wait a minute. How is it that the state penitentiary has the ability to create NFTs. I guess it's not that difficult to do.
No, it's probably just he has like a team and he's just coordinating it like the mafia bosses used to do from prison. So he's just continue to run his business.
So what is he designing, or is it music? Is it?
It's a NFT of one of the guns. You see him with those guns. So that's it. I think there's a picture in there.
Okay. I'm just so curious. What is it going for? Is it?
There we go. Smith & Wesson model 66 serial number. So it has like the serial number. So you're...
Because that's his model number?
So you can get the fake version of his gun and not the real one, though. Let's see the article. There we go. There he is.
Yeah. Go back. Let's start reading the article. I'm so curious right now. Is that the first slide? Go ahead.
TigerKing fans will be able to bid on several NFTs and physical items from Joe Exotic, the star of the popular 2020 Netflix docu-series on Friday. Starting Friday, the former Oklahoma Zoo owner, in partnership with cryptocurrency membership club More, will be auctioning off several NFTs along with their physical counterpart. Oh, so you get the physical counterpart on official TigerKingNFT.com. NFT marketplace Mintable is hosting the online auction. I'm really grateful to the More team for giving me a platform to give back to my loyal fan base.
Ew.
Exotic, born Joseph Maldonado Passage, said in a Tuesday statement. I like Joe Exotic way better than that.
Yeah.
It's great to have a voice via blockchain technology, and I'm honored to be the first kickoff. More celebrity NFTs.
Wow.
3-dimensional NFTs and their physical counterparts of the following items will be up for sale. Joe Exotic's pistol and holster.
Gross.
Exotic's fringed leather jacket. I'm going to be bidding on that for sure.
Awesome.
Exotic's black leather jacket and pants.
Oh, of course. Who wouldn't want your chaps? Gross.
Bethany just said my birthday's in February. Recordings from Exotic in prison and more.
Okay, now that is one that I would probably want to. I would love to hear it. Just out of curiosity, what is he recording from?
About a year ago, it was
jail?
just Donald Trump. Please pardon me before.
Wow, man.
NFTs are fueling a frenzy among artists and investors looking to cash in on the market that has ballooned by as much as $1.5 billion so far this year. These digital collectibles are irreplaceable assets that can be bought or traded like any other piece of property. But unlike a painting you can hang on your wall, buying an NFT is like owning an encrypted or private digital file. So there you go. If you're interested in that auction. When is it again? On Friday? At joeexoticnft.com.
What a guy, huh?
Oh, there we go. It keeps going. That file can be downloaded on your computer, but it really exists on the blockchain Ethereum, which drives the second largest cryptocurrency platform behind Bitcoin. Other blockchains can implement their own NFTs. I hope whoever purchases my favorite belongings is able to give them a well-deserved home. Exotic said, being able to auction off collectibles makes me feel connected with the outside world, especially without my cats by my side.
Yuck.
Whether you love me or hate me for what you think I've done, there's no doubt that everyone wants a piece of the TigerKing.
So is he like in jail for tax evasion? Like why is he in jail?
I forget. It was like he was connected to like wanting to murder Carol Baskins, I believe, or something like that. Whoever was watching.
Bethany.
Why is he in jail?
Why is he in jail? But that's gotta be so. Carol Baskin's dead.
No, she's alive. But I believe
a hit on Carol Baskin.
Yeah, I believe he put a hit out on her, or somebody put a hit out on her, and he was like connected somehow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strange.
Somehow, some way.
So strange. So strange. What's bizarre about NFTs is that I can see the digital file picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, call me crazy, is basically the same thing as actually owning the digital file. The only difference is that you have some type of encrypted, like USB or something that holds like the actual image.
It's like a digital baseball trading card. That's like...
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's
basically.
like, but the difference between a trading card and an NFT is that you can actually, it's something that you can hold, you can see, you
Yeah.
can turn around and all that kind of stuff. An NFT, it's just an image. So it's not, I mean, what's the difference between an NFT in a USB and an NFT on my computer screen? There really isn't.
No, it's the
no,
same thing.
it's the same
but
thing.
it's like it's on the blockchain, so it can't be like messed with.
Right.
So you can't, you can't delete it or anything
Right.
like that. Yeah.
Sure. So because I remember there was an entire album that's on NFT. Is it an album? And nobody can hear it? It's just like 1 in a million. It's for maybe it's not an NFT.
Oh no! I did hear about this. I believe it is a song or something.
It's an entire album that that guy that raised the prices for some type of medication, he's now in jail.
Yeah, Martin Shkreli.
Yeah, he purchased the one and only album. It's like an exclusive album
From Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes.
So
was
for
like his
me,
prized possession.
that is one thing because nobody has another copy of that album.
Yeah.
That's like one thing. Like if you actually have it, nobody can hear it.
Yeah.
Then there's value to that. But if it's just an image,
Yeah.
it's just super
Just some
bizarre.
album art, and you can never hear the songs.
Yeah, for real. Truer statements has not been said. I'm not. Bethany, why is he in jail? TigerKing. All right.
Doug said because he conspired to murder Carol Baskins.
I see. He conspired. Okay. So he might be coming out of jail. Is that why he wanted to get?
At some point, he says he's innocent.
Okay.
So I think the whole premise of the show was to like pick a side, I guess.
Who's Carol Baskins?
She's another tiger. She's like the tiger queen from Tampa. I believe Tampa, Florida is where she is.
Feud.
Yes, and there was
Feuding.
like a feud, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There she is. Oh, it keeps going. Look at that.
Oh my
man.
word.
Great
She
stuff
looks-
this morning. The big cat enthusiast digital currency named Cat
Do you have to look
allows
insane in order
fans
to
to purchase.
drink cats?
Is that Carol Baskins currency? Okay, so Carol Baskins has a digital currency called Cat
Okay.
that allows fans. What's that? Seriously?
No way.
Yeah. She killed her husband? Fed her husband to the tigers. Wow.
Wow, these people are doozies.
My goodness.
I'm telling you. I mean, this just adds fuel to my fire that cat owners are weird. There, I said it. But look, do you have to look like an insane person in order to train tigers?
I
Look at this
think
lady.
so.
What? All right. So you can. All right, she's got crypto.
Cat, if you
What
want
a
to invest
lady.
in it, allows fans to purchase feline-themed merchandise or experiences associated with Baskin's Big Cat Rescue Animal Sanctuary in Tampa, Florida. According to an initial press release, the altcoin listed on rally.io is not a currency for investment, and it starts around $7.
All right.
I've already had people reaching out to me from cat rescue groups saying if maybe there's some way we can use this to help fund some of the things they're doing. Oh, look at that. So we're doing charity with it too.
Look at that, huh?
So not only do you get a cryptocurrency that you can't use anywhere or for investments, but you're also helping out cats.
Oh my goodness, there is an ensuing argument happening on YouTube right now about Carol Baskins. She's innocent. No, she's a bad person.
She was on Dancing with the Stars.
She was.
My goodness.
Oh yeah.
Carol Baskin is rumored to have killed her first husband, ground up his body, and fed it to the tigers.
Oh yeah,
Man.
yeah. All right, so TigerKing. So the whole before we go off, so this ties into the stock market. How? Because he's
Cat. NFTs, cat.
They're
Yeah.
all getting into that crypto kind of.
Yeah, this article was on Fox Business.
Wow.
So.
What a world we live in.
Yeah.
Next.
U.S. housing starts to rise less than expected in May. Building permits fall. So this came out this morning. It's one of the metrics that was released today. Let's see the article. U.S. home building rebounded in May, supported by an acute shortage of previously owned homes available for sale, but construction continues to be hampered by very expensive lumber and shortages of other building materials. This is why Home Depot got a ship. All right, continue. Housing starts rose 3.6% to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 1.572 million units last month, the Commerce Department said on Wednesday. Data for April was revised down to a rate of 1.517 million units from the previously reported 1.569. Economists polled by Reuters had forecast starts increasing to a rate of 1.630 million units. Last month's increase was left starts lower than March's rate of 1.733 million units, which was the highest level since June 2006. Though lumber prices dropped from a record high, softwood lumber prices increased 154.3% year-on-year in May, according to the latest producer pricer data. So it was lower than what they'd projected, but it's still good. Mm-hmm. Rose 3.6%. All right.
So you're seeing what the real estate bubble is just kind of coming to a...
Yeah, because of the high lumber prices, but now that they've gone down, there's...
Because even of course, because of the high lumber prices, then all of a sudden you have the permits going down because people are like, we're just going to have to wait out this project because it's costing on average, what was it, $36,000 extra. So that's going to... What do you think that's going to do to the housing market? Just kind of like level it off a little bit? Or?
They'll probably be able to do more. So people that were holding off are probably going to want to, continue building now or...
Yeah, I mean, I started noticing even in our town that the homes are back to sitting on the market for 10, 15 days as opposed to just 24 hours and then they're gone.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
I think the frenzy has slowed down a little bit, but it's still...
Yeah, it's still pretty high.
It's still pretty high.
Alrighty, bitey.
Next.
Who's this looker?
This is Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. Federal Reserve officials' new economic forecast could suggest interest rates rising sooner than previously expected. So we'll see that today. Let's see the article. Federal Reserve officials are set to provide updated details on their plans for eventually scaling back easy money policies as they conclude a two-day policy meeting amidst signs of accelerating economic growth and inflation. The Fed on Wednesday is likely to say after the meeting that it will maintain short-term interest rates near zero and keep buying at least $120 billion a month of Treasury and mortgage bonds. The central bank will also release individual policymakers' updated quarterly economic projections. The new forecast could show officials expecting to raise interest rates sooner than they anticipated in March, when most saw the benchmark federal funds rate remaining steady through 2023. They're also likely to begin discussing when and how to start scaling back bond purchases. Fed officials want the economy to get closer to their goals of maximum employment and sustain 2% inflation before reducing the bond purchases. They have said they want to fully achieve those objectives before they raise interest rates. Continue. Since officials' April meeting, the labor market's progress has been somewhat slower than they anticipated, employers adding 837,000 jobs in April and May, leaving a total employment 7.6 million jobs shy of pre-pandemic levels. In contrast, inflation has been hotter than expected as the economy has come roaring back. The Labor Department's Consumer Price Index rose 5% in May from a year earlier. That inflation rate is the highest since 2008. Makes the Fed uncomfortable, even if officials believe it reflects mostly temporary factors that should fade later this year. They worry that if inflation exceeds 2% too much or for too long, it might lead businesses and consumers to anticipate more inflation in the future, which can become self-fulfilling. Evidence of rising inflation expectations would likely require the Fed to tighten policy sooner or more aggressively than plan to re-anchor those expectations around 2%. So we'll see what happens today when they release their projections, forecasts, whatever else. I don't know why they can't do that in just one day.
I know.
Does have to be a 2-day meeting, so they can get a weekend somewhere.
For real.
All right. Let's see the next article. The Race Lever says the best thing the Federal Reserve could do for the economy is dissolve itself. I agree.
It's true.
Eric Fry, I think COVID-19 was released by Joe Exotic and Netflix, so everyone have to watch Tiger King.
For real.
Ninja Buddha, I refuse to pick sides. I'm just concerned for the cats. Tiger lives matter.
No, for real, Ninja. With the inflation prices, and the interest prices, does the interest rate change every single year?
Not necessarily.
And so
they,
it doesn't...
They have like the benchmark rate, and then within that rate, like they adjust like...
Depending on...
Yeah.
So they never necessarily keep up with inflation? Or is that like kind of like interjected within the actual interest rate itself?
They don't, the interest rate isn't like equal to what they want inflation to be.
Right.
So, and sometimes they'll make it more just to tape like they do in other countries. They'll have like, in Turkey, there's a huge amount of inflation, so their interest rate is huge. And the same thing in Argentina, and that's how they try to like calm it down.
Right. Compensate for
inflation,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But they haven't done that here in a long time. I mean,
what's
have been
the
low
interest rate
since
now? Do you know?
It's close to zero. It's zero. Yeah.
So what if today they came out and they said interest rate is 10%? I mean, really,
that would freak everybody out. That's like...
But the market,
unlikely.
Very unlikely. But what I'm saying is that, like, what if they did something that, I don't know, that has never been done? I think it's like this. There's so many new elements to like cryptocurrency, and the fact that there's more people than ever before saving cash.
Yeah.
Like all these different kind of weird things happening where it's like, what if they did decide, let's just hike it up real quick?
If they do that, it would decrease people's spending because of higher interest rates. So people aren't going to use their credit cards as much. They're not going to go out buying cars. They're not going to buy houses because interest rates are higher.
Right.
So this way, they're like spurring on the economy.
Gotcha.
Because they need productivity. When they print so much money, they need productivity, and they need people to buy things so that the economy can keep going.
Because it's a very bizarre year that we had. So you had people who lost their jobs, and just a bunch of different like crazy things happening because of COVID-19. And then you realize that people were still buying. So shortly thereafter, people started going on vacations. People have like tons of cash, and it just doesn't make any sense. And then the of course the prices are in real estate are super high, and people just keep buying.
Yeah.
And it's just a very bizarre
There's
time.
just a pent-up demand, and that's why they're saying inflation. That's why the Fed is taking the view that inflation is just temporary, because there's such a pent-up demand that there's not enough supply for the demand, which drives up prices.
Gotcha.
And when prices drive up, that's what inflation is. And so I think that they might be right that it's just temporary, and it's going to, taper off by the end of the year. But who knows? It might, if they keep shutting down again. I saw an article this morning that now they're shutting down the Chinese port city of Guangdong because of COVID-19 outbreaks there, and so this could keep going.
Right.
Because
shortages.
Yeah, the shortages. If they keep shutting down stuff, it's going to keep going because there'll be shortages.
Interesting. So you think the Chinese Communist Party takes that into consideration?
They don't take anybody into consideration.
You don't think that they would make moves to be able to like create like a...
Oh, they would, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
let's just
they're just
close down,
bent on world domination.
Dong.
Yeah, Guangdong.
And screw the United States. I just think it's just nothing is impossible at this point in time. Interesting. Okay.
All right. Kraft Heinz CEO very concerned about inflation surge, says company. Studying whether to raise prices. See the article? This is right from Pittsburgh, where they're headquartered. Kraft Heinz CEO Miguel Patricio says the food and beverage giant is studying whether it will increase its prices amid rising concerns about inflation. We haven't increased prices to consumers. We do not know if we'll have to increase prices or not yet. We are studying and building scenarios on that. We are very concerned, but acting to mitigate the possibility of increasing prices through efficiencies. Patricio explained that Kraft Heinz has seen inflation primarily in raw materials, like resin for ketchup packaging, as well as some products like edible oils. Edible oil has a big demand right now. The crops were not great, and because of biodiesels with the incentives for biodiesel, there's more oil going to engines than before. So there's a bigger demand and the prices are skyrocketing. Soybean oil, an essential ingredient in Kraft's mayo and salad dressing, has hit a 12-year high.
Wow.
In addition, Patricio cited inflation in areas like labor and logistics. While the company has had no major issues with hiring, Patricio said the level of absenteeism has slightly increased the company's factories. There's big cost spikes going on, he said. In order to address its recent shortage of ketchup pouches, Kraft Heinz has launched 8 new production lines, which is why they don't let you get ketchup anymore at different places. They give you how many ketchups do you want? Like Chick-fil-A and places like that because of the shortage.
Right. No,
That you can only have 2 or whatever.
I don't really like ketchup. Do you like ketchup?
I do, yes.
But just on fries, or is it like
On fries. And my chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
that's
I just
demonic?
put it right on there. No, it's delicious.
Chicken sandwich, fries is basically the only exception to ketchup. That's it, or maybe the occasional cheeseburger, if the ketchup is at arm's reach.
I could put ketchup on anything.
Eggs?
Yes.
Oh,
With hash browns, what I'll do is I'll take the hash browns, cut off a piece of egg, a piece of meat, and then just put it in ketchup and boom.
we should go to Central Diner.
Central Diner is delicious.
lunch.
Yes.
Anyways. Right. So there you have it. So what is that going to do to its stock?
They've gone through the ringer on their stock the last couple of years, just bad news after bad news, but I still think it's a good company. Headquartered in Pittsburgh, just salt of the earth people. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, next. Okay. DraftKings, interesting.
DraftKings shares fall after Hindenburg unveils short position. Research firm alleges the company's gambling technology unit SB Tech operates in countries where gambling is banned, an allegation DraftKings denies. Let's see the article. Shares of DraftKings Inc., DKNG, slid as much as 12% on Tuesday after short seller Hindenburg Research said that the sports betting firm gambling technology subsidiary SB Tech operates in countries where gambling is banned. I'll keep going to the next slide. So it's interesting, this Hindenburg Research, they've been talking about that on Wall Street Bets. Keep going to the next slide.
Who are they? It's
like a research firm, and they take up short positions in different companies. Is there one more slide? Continue. Look at that, because they're behind the Lordstown report.
See that NFT on his T-shirt?
Yep.
1.5 million. I'm not playing. I wonder if he owns it.
1.5.
Why is he wearing that T-shirt?
There's so many other things that I would buy for $1.5 million.
You better believe it. That's why it's a money laundering thing.
It has to be.
There's the banana on the wall. It's money laundering.
Yeah. Because there's no way, even if you had $1 billion,
yeah,
$2
somebody
billion,
paid.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just
somebody is they ended up getting connected with some type of sex slave trade, and I mean I really do think that it's something more nefarious going on, because that is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Look at his T-shirt. That NFT went, I think it was 1.5 million.
That's just This
And he
guy's
looks
the
like
CEO
a-
of
like-
DraftKings. He's got a DraftKings pin on.
Does he?
Might be. So they're behind that the Lordstown thing.
Okay.
The Lordstown Motors thing. They're also behind I want to say Clover Medical.
Okay.
So they were
yeah.
talking about that. You know how their stock spiked?
Yeah.
So I think that Wall Street Bets is keeping their eye on Hindenburg Research. They haven't taken up a position, as far as I know, like a short position in DraftKings. But if they do, there might be a short squeeze there. So for all my viewers, this could be an opportunity to make some money if Wall Street Bets takes up DraftKings and takes it to the moon or beyond.
Wowee.
Next slide. Yes, look at that. They are behind Nikola, Clover Health Investments. So they were the ones that were reporting on all of that. Hindenburg's report was critical of Clover's stock, but the research firm didn't take a short position. So they might have a short position in DraftKings. So we'll see. We'll see what Wall Street Bets does with it. And that could be a good buying opportunity there.
Yeah.
That NFT sold for $11.8 million.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was way off. Good Lord. 11.8 million. See what I'm saying? That ugly thing. There's got to be a story behind it.
Oh, man.
Sex trafficking is the only story I think that is behind that kind of stuff. I'm not playing. That stuff is crazy. 11.8 million. Ketchup and hot water makes cheap tomato soup. That is, I'm going to just drink some water because I almost gagged. So disgusting.
Oh, man.
All right, next. Oh, you know what? Why don't we go into your picks? Because we
do
don't
that.
have the timer on. So, of course, we're just like lost and it's 10:08 now.
All right. Stocks to research for today. Is everybody ready? Make sure you share the broadcast.
Let's go. Woo, woo.
Low risk. SLV. iShares Silver Trust. The trust seeks to reflect the performance of the price of silver. Has had about a 5% return since its inception in 2006. Good long-term hold. You never know when silver's going to skyrocket again. They could do with silver what they did with lumber at some point and just give it a good short squeeze.
This is one of my long-term ones.
Silver.
Yeah, this stock in particular.
So you can buy the SLV or you can buy physical silver too. And medium risk, Enbridge Inc. Now this is one that was brought to my attention on here, and I was researching it for a while, and I actually think that it's a good company. It has around a 6.5% dividend yield. Ooh. I forget who told me about Enbridge. It's an energy infrastructure company with business platforms that include a network of crude oil, natural gas distribution, and renewable power generation based in Canada. Transport and process gas in the US and Canada, invests in green power transmission and investments into renewable energy technologies. They've had an incredible dividend yield. Annual revenue growth is all right. Dividend growth over 11%, which comes with a risk because what analysts are saying that they might not be able to pay their dividends if they keep it that high. But for now, I mean, it's a great dividend. It has a fairly low price to book value. Risks include dividend yield might not be sustainable, could have cash flow issues in the future, is engaged in some legal battles over pipelines. It's trading around $40 a share. If I buy this stock, I'd probably sell it around $48 to $50 a share, in that range. And I think it's going to keep going up. High risk. Amplitech Group. It designs, engineers, and assembles microwave component-based amplifiers for wideband telecommunications, for military, space, satellite communications, and commercial applications. They've supplied to Lockheed Martin, Boeing, NASA, government of Israel, and others. With the rise of 5G and an ever more interconnected world, they might be worth researching. Currently trading at around $6 a share. They've had over the past 5 years 18% revenue growth. Company has very low debt to capital, would have no problem paying its obligations. It is a fairly high-risk company, basically doing a lot of research and development for those amplifiers. They also are developing technologies for 5G, 6G, and quantum computing, which is the next wave. And so I think this company would be good to take a look at. Stock Market Samurai says AGQ is the leveraged ETF for silver if you want some extra pop. So yeah, if you want to take on some extra risk, that is leveraged, probably 2 or 3 times leveraged, which means that if silver goes up $1, it's going to go up $3. All right, so those are the 3 picks for today. Silver, Enbridge, or iShares Silver Trust, or AGQ, or just silver in general.
How long have you been in silver?
I started buying physical silver in 2015.
Are you in this stock?
I am not in the stock, no.
I've been in this stock for over a year, and it's pretty solid.
It went up a lot this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just bought some, let's see, Enbridge.
Yep.
I feel like it's a pretty nice juicy. And then the other one isn't available here on this platform.
So Amplitech Group.
So when you
AMPG.
buy silver, where do you go?
I go to JM Bullion or APMEX. So the American Precious Metals Exchange.
And say you have whatever, $350 extra in cash.
Yep.
You just go.
I just go and buy silver.
Interesting.
So I've got a good collection in an undisclosed location.
I think I have a bunch of coins, like really big coins, silver coins, that I'm given every single time I have a child from Mark Wabanewski. He gives me huge, massive.
He likes
coins.
buying physical.
Yeah. So they're just sitting in my house.
Tell me what you think about LKCO. Luo.
Ryan, is this a dream that you had? LKCO, because your girl's about to buy. Hang on a second. Let me see something.
I will research that company, and I will let you know.
LKCO,
LKCO. All right.
Just making sure. Like your girl was gonna go all in on that. No joke.
So that's the stocks for today.
Strongly recommend from a friend.
Does anybody have any questions, comments? Has anybody been doing the Wall Street Bet stuff? Do you have a favorite salsa?
Salsa, like a song, or like the salsa that I eat. I don't think I have a favorite salsa. I feel like all salsa is made the same, is made equal. I'm sorry if that offends you, but I feel like all salsa is delicious. There's just like different levels of heat. There's the spicy kind. I don't know. I can't tell the difference between salsas, to be honest with you.
Nicholas says, "Is there a minimum amount of shares you buy whenever you buy a stock? Whenever you purchase
That's a great
stock?"
question.
I don't really have a minimum. Mm-hmm. It just depends on whether or not I think it's a good investment. If it's a good investment, I never invest more than 5% of my portfolio in any single stock. That's the maximum. So even if somebody tells me this stock is going to the moon tomorrow, I'm not just gonna put all my money into it. No more than 5%. And there's no minimum. So if there's something that's like very high risk that somebody tells me in passing, they're like, "Hey, look at this stock. I can put $50 in it on Robinhood or $100 just to see how it goes."
Yeah.
But yeah, if I don't research the company, if I research the company, I think it's good, then yeah.
And it doesn't hurt to get into the habit of taking any extra cash and then throwing it in there.
Yeah.
Well, however money, whatever the amount is.
Yeah. And you got to make sure that you have rules for when you invest. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to buy in at this price. I'm going to sell at this price. Just get in the habit of making rules. Otherwise, you'll just, if you're just flying by the seat of your pants,
You'll be emotional.
you'll be
make
emotional and you'll
moves.
make emotional decisions.
Yeah.
But if you look at a stock and you're like, I can see this going up to, like with Enbridge, like $50, and that's where I'm going to sell. If that stock goes up to $120, whatever.
Right. Because in your mind, you already
Exactly. In my
planned it
mind,
out.
I've planned it out. That's what I'm going to do. And then always make sure that you have stop losses for your stock, so you never lose everything, especially your long-term stuff. If it's just something that's, whatever, then you don't need to have. If you're just gambling, basically, then do what you want. But yeah.
Awesome. So there you have it. Low risk is SLV, medium risk ENB, and high risk is AMPG.
For silver,
Yeah.
the best to buy silver stock, you can buy that iShares Silver. There's multiple ETFs that trade silver. There's ETFs that trade silver mines. So if you think that it's better for the mining, for silver, if I buy physical silver, I go to apmex.com or jmbullion.com.
For Robinhood, do you suggest that the bank account connected be a separate account, not used for anything else?
Not necessarily. What you want to have a separate account anyway. You don't want to keep all your money in your checking account. So if your checking account is connected to Robinhood, you keep enough money in your checking account. This is one of my rules that I live by. Keep enough money in your checking account to cover your bills. Everything else move into your savings, investments, whatever else accounts you have.
For sure.
And don't
don't keep it in your...
Don't write checks out of your investment account. I usually just transfer my money back into my checking account, and then I write checks out of that.
Right.
That's the only account that's accessible to the outside world, basically.
Right. Yeah, no, that's true. Safeguards against so many different things.
Yeah.
All right. What is the best way for somebody to starting out to buy and sell stocks? If there's a stock that I wanted right now, I have no idea how to purchase that stock and what the transaction itself should consist
Cost.
of or cost.
Oh, yeah.
So Matthew, we're going to be doing a series coming up. We have to figure out when we're going to start recording this on how to buy and sell stock on different platforms. So whether you're using Cash App or Robinhood, we're going to start doing these little clips where we're going to teach you how to do that. So great question, but I don't think there's a short answer because there's so many different platforms that you can use.
There's more advanced ones. There's simpler ones depending on what you do. There's platforms that you just throw the money in that auto trades for you with robo traders, and so there's so many different things. But we're going to go through some of them. We'll do a Robinhood, Cash App, TD Ameritrade, and we'll go through to show you how to buy stock, and then maybe in the future we'll get more advanced. We'll go into options and futures.
That's good.
And things like that. So yeah, we'll do that here.
I'm excited about that. That's going to be amazing. That's going to be a help to me too, because some of these platforms are very difficult to figure out. Webull being one of them. I know that people don't really like Webull around here, but it's just very difficult, very strange kind of platform. AMPG, Amplitech Group? Question mark?
Yes, Amplitech Group Inc. They're the ones that designed assemble microwave components. I think that company can make a lot of money in the future if it continues to innovate and become a leader in that 5G, 6G quantum computing space. It is very risky though, because who knows what's going to happen with them in the future. But they have high quality stuff right now that's sold to Boeing, Honeywell, Lockheed Martin, NASA, the government of Israel. So if those companies and organizations are buying it, then I think it's a good investment for the future.
What do you think about the new prime minister in Israel?
I'll probably miss Netanyahu.
He will be missed.
Yeah.
But this guy, the new guy, is pretty far right.
He's very far right.
So Eric writes, do you all have a site where you suggest certain sites for different types of investments? That's, I feel like, is another pretty solid question in the sense of, XRP is not going to be traded in the same fashion as silver or whatever the case may be. So that is a really good kind of dynamic of just basically doing, maybe you could do a series on just cryptocurrencies. This is the best. These are the different platforms for cryptocurrencies.
Yeah.
True Wallet, all of the other ones. And then just kind of like separating them into those kinds of, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because
like a start.
XRP is totally different than everything else.
A starter guide for investments, I would go to different types of investments. I would go to Investopedia. They usually, and then if there's like words that you don't understand, like I used to do, I would just type it in and it gives you like an explanation of that. We could do like a starter guide. We can have like a starter guide videos and then just have those.
Yeah, for sure.
When we make them.
That would help a lot of people, I think.
Yeah.
Because it takes all the guesswork out of it, because you're like, here's this money and I have no idea what I'm doing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that is up and coming. So we will let you know when we have, we get that started. There's a couple of things that we're just kind of like waiting on, and then we'll get it started.
John just said you should have a video based on developing a trading plan. I can do that too. Mm-hmm. This is what I look for.
Yeah.
We can do that. We can go through that.
All right. Well, if you have not partnered with Revival today, now is your chance. You get this amazing mug as a gift for your donation of any size. Look at that. It's a little piece of Check the Market in your home. And that's your free gift for a donation of any size. If you're on Facebook, it's #donate. Text RT to 50155. If you're using Cash App, it's $RTGive, Venmo RTGive. PayPal is revivaltoday.com/PayPal. And we're also accepting cryptocurrency. There's the scan code. It's coming. And if maybe the kind of cryptocurrency we're not accepting it or whatever, just give us a call, 412-446-2332, and we'll make it happen. And of course, if you want to mail in your check, please do so at Revival Today, P.O. Box 7, Prosperity, PA 15329. And don't forget, if you want that lovely little mug, then go to revivaltoday.com/offer. You can also select other gifts as a way of for us to say thank you to you. If you don't like the mug, there's other things that you can get. So there you have it. And if all of that is still too confusing, please give us a call and we'd love to walk you through it. 412-446-2332. Patrick, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Have a great day.
Yeah.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, y'all.